Hi.
Welcome to Sip Happens, episode 25, which I just found out is your favorite number.
Any 5, like the number 5, 25, a
Wow.
15, but usually 5 and 25, 2 favorite numbers. No idea what they mean in numerology, I just love them. Mhm.
Interesting. Okay.
I know. Great.
I love that for you. But that wasn't your number in soccer. It wasn't a
So growing up, it was 5, and then when
okay.
I got to my, competitive professional days, I was usually 14. 14 holds no semblance, but I'll put that as an alt. 5, 25, maybe
Why
I'll give you a
is my
14.
math brain blanking on derivatives of five? No. What's the word?
Um,
Numbers that can
like
be divided by
multiples?
multiples of five? Is that
Multiples
it?
of 5?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Oop.
Oh, well,
You'll have to remember that before I do because your son is gonna get to that in school before
oh
my kids.
gosh. I have so many notes here for you on just that topic. School, well, where do you want to
All
start?
the
It's been a
things.
minute. We have a lot to talk
Well,
about.
let's clarify for the listeners why it's been a minute. We're recording later than usual on a Wednesday. We appreciate everyone's patience in getting this episode out. There's been a lot happening. So that's why there's so much more to catch up on than normal. I just pulled up my notes app and I had to scroll. There's so many notes for things that I want to bring up. So let's get into it. Let's get into school. Your 10th anniversary.
10th
You
anniversary.
have been married for 10
Yes.
years. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was good. So also I'm glad we were married in October of 2015. So we
Mhm.
celebrated our 10-year anniversary on
Oh
October
my gosh.
24th,
Multiples of
2025, and
5.
multiples of 5. It was good.
What?
So Stevie Nicks, we saw Stevie Nicks in
Yep.
concert with some of our best friends. It was awesome. She's a legend. She rocks. She's 77 and she's still
Uh,
everything that you'd imagine Stevie Nicks to be. She is phenomenal. No notes. No notes.
I'm so impressed that she's even performing still at her age.
I
That's
listen to
wild.
anyone who's into Stevie Nicks, Fleetwood Mac. I listened to her audiobook, Gold Dust Woman. It is like the number one. I don't know if it's authorized, but it's like the official biography of Stevie Nicks, and it's fantastic. Um, but yeah, so that's been fun. I was in the city this
Good.
week. It's like 100 days out for the Winter Olympics. No one knows that the Olympics are happening, but they are. Milan Cortina. February 2026, and I'm working with Team USA, and so I was in the city for 2 days, almost 3 days of a huge media summit, so,
With one of
again.
my favorite super athlete couples, the Woodalls. Love them.
Yes, and so we were working with the Woodall, so it was a big, like, media summit, so we had a huge Team USA marketing kind of build out where we bring all of the athletes and winter hopefuls through, they capture content, we use that all for, like, games time, social for on Team USA channels, and so the Woodalls we worked with, and they kinda had their booth, and they were talking with everyone, but my favorite I met Lindsey Vonn, who is just such a fucking badass.
Wow.
Yes, she's
That's
amazing.
like our era growing up watching
Mm.
her in the Olympics. That's
She's
amazing.
so talented. She's an
Is she still
icon.
competing?
She
No.
is. So
She is?
she retired in 2019. Her body gave out. She didn't think she could do it. And she has gone through additional surgery. She's like a bionic woman. She has
Wow.
titanium knee. She says she sets the metal detector off when she goes through the airport. So she's hoping to compete and will be competing in Milan Cortina these winter games.
I
And
mean, throwback Olympics. I
I
love
mean,
that.
she's tall, gorgeous, fit, and a underrated but important trait is she has the best handshake, which I very much
Oh,
notice.
okay.
There's nothing worse than a limp,
No, the
little, like,
floppy.
fishy, floppy
Yeah,
handshake.
it's so
Show someone
awkward.
who you are, look them in the eye,
Yeah.
and give them a
Yeah,
good
yeah, yeah.
handshake. And I was
Get in
like,
there.
Lindsay delivered.
Firm. I mean, to be remembered for your
Yes.
handshake, amongst all of the other things that she is known for,
Who
of
needs
course.
skiing? Who needs
Yeah,
skiing if you
who
have a
needs raw
handshake?
athletic ability when you have a strong handshake?
Yeah,
That's
she's
amazing.
so
That's
good.
exciting. So
It was awesome.
what happens over the next 100 days?
So
Like,
the
how
next
are you
100
getting the word out?
There are still so the Team USA winter team for the Olympics and Paralympics won't be announced until like the last week of January because there are still Olympic trials happening. There's still
Okay.
curling trials, there's still figure skating. And so who wins, who actually
Ah,
makes it to Team USA is not official until very close to games time. So now until then, the whole point of the US Olympic Paralympic Committee is like telling these athlete stories and encouraging fans to find their ones and find their athletes that they want to cheer on.
even
So
hearing you
yes,
list the different sports is getting me excited. I'm like, I forgot about curling. What's such a
curling,
unique sport, and figure
snowboarding,
skating. Oh my gosh, Emerson is going to be locked on to figure skating. She's gonna
it's
love
amazing.
that. Ah, I'm
But you know what's been
excited.
really eye-opening for me has been I am so blown away by the Paralympians, and these para athletes are it's
Mhm.
like it was amazing. So I'm actually most looking forward to watching the Paralympics, which happen about 2, 3 weeks after the Olympic Games close, and watching all those athletes because it's incredible. So
Yeah.
it's been
Yeah,
fun.
that's exciting. Will you go to Milan?
I won't. So I'm here working on the content team. I'm basically the GM of like the at home team. So I'm
Okay.
responsible for a lot of the social content and strategy and basically making sure everything is happening and moving forward on our website and social and own channels home while we have our entire production team literally on site capturing social.
This is reminding me potentially of your Verizon days when you were fully activated during Super Bowl and you didn't actually get to
Yes.
enjoy the Super Bowl because you were watching. Are you gonna be able to enjoy the Olympics?
Yeah. This
Okay.
feels
Okay.
it has a very different feel to it.
Okay.
Um,
Good.
it has again, who knows once we get into actual games time execution, I could be eating my words, but the US Olympic, Paralympic Committee, it's a nonprofit and which is a very different type of feel than a very for-profit corporate company like a
Mhm. Mhm.
Verizon or even like a L'Oreal or even a GoPro where
Yeah.
the measure of success isn't necessarily a dollar. It is the way in which you tell a story. It is how you encourage supporting your athletes. Of course, there's a layer of like you have to tell the
Sure.
best stories because you need to get corporate sponsors to buy the content because it's the most engaging. But it has a different feel to it. So I don't
Good.
feel that pressure. I'll be
Okay.
here enjoying the
Good.
games.
That's fun. And I saw your little Maverick, Max, in the
Yes.
coolest jacket. You
Yeah.
weren't you weren't
Yeah.
underselling
Yeah.
that's super cool. I hope he wears
Halloween,
that after the
it's
season, the
good.
Halloween season.
He wore it to
It looks
school.
cozy.
He wore it to school because it's actually a warm jacket. So Max is gonna
Yeah,
be Maverick from Top Gun. I got him the little dog tags too. Craig is currently growing a mustache so he can be Goose. He
I
has like some
cannot
sort
wait.
of,
Cannot
you
wait.
know, what's it called? A
The Hawaiian
Hawaiian
shirt?
shirt. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm just
classic.
gonna throw something together and try to be a Charlie at it. Maybe. We've never done a family costume.
I mean, aviators and, like, mom
Jeans.
jeans,
Totally.
white top.
So basically a typical Saturday. So it sounds
Yeah,
about right.
throw a leather jacket over it. Yeah, I think feel like it should be
Are
pretty
you gonna do a
straightforward.
family thing?
We're not really big. Spencer and I were talking about this last night. We aren't really big on Halloween. I'm big on seasons. Like, I love Christmas because it brings me joy for 2 solid months, starting November 1st, end of December, 2 solid months of Christmas stuff. We've already brought the Christmas stuff down from the attic. As soon as Saturday rolls around, November 1st, we are gonna just swap everything over. I'm ready. Mind you, we'll also be a little busy this holiday season, so we're trying to get a jump start on that, but I'm just using that as an excuse. I really just like getting stuff up early. Halloween, it's one day to me. Like, I understand there's people who have Halloween decorations up and they go to different parties throughout the season. We're not those people. So I'm kinda like, I don't really care." I have one thing that I usually wear. It's my glow in the dark skeleton onesie. It does not fit this season, and I kind of, like, Googled some ideas for pregnant Halloween costumes, but I really don't feel like spending money on anything for one night just to walk around with my kids, and we're also gonna be, I think it's 40 something degrees weather.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have like a jacket on over whatever I have. I did put this sweater on for those who cannot see. I am wearing a blue turtleneck sweater right now and looked at myself in the mirror and realized I was giving very Violet Beauregard
Mhm.
vibes, like full
Mhm.
on blueberry with the big belly and full blue sweater. I I'm not gonna turn that into a costume. I'm just gonna be the mom of, I think we've landed on Elsa and Nemo. That seems to have been sticking for the past couple weeks. It hasn't changed yet. So I'm walking around and making my kids pick the best candy.
Oh
That's
my
the
gosh.
plan.
I was dying. Max's girlfriend, Georgia, is like most girls go fairy princess, Elsa,
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, of course.
She's the most like the scariest Bigfoot I've ever seen. And it
I love it.
was made me love her even more. I was like,
I love
some
it.
girls can be Disney princesses, be a Georgia, be a
Yeah.
Bigfoot. So that
Yeah.
was cute. Yeah.
As you should.
Um,
Emerson got a new dress that is, like a red velvet kind of witchy, spooky thing. It was on sale at, some Halloween store. And I was like, "Sure, why not? Let's just, like, stock up for her dress up drawer." And she was like, "I can't wear it for Halloween, though. It's not a princess." And I was like, "Yeah, you absolutely can. You can make up your own princess. Let's name her. Let's give her a backstory. No one else is gonna be this princess." And she loved that idea. So I think we're gonna be that made up princess character for her Halloween parade at school and then be Elsa for actual trick or treating. And this is our first year actually trick or treating. This is new to because they were 3 and 1 last year. And I was like, I don't
yeah.
know, what are we gonna do? Just like collect candy that we're gonna give them one piece of. So I'm curious to see how it goes.
Well, you'll also have a good neighborhood for that too. We're gonna go out
We do. We
to
have a lot of kids.
yeah, we're flying to Ann Arbor on Friday to
That's the only place you
go.
could find trick or treating
That's the only place we can find. We had to go across. We have to go up to Detroit area,
to
but
another state.
we'll go see Pete and Laura and our friends.
Yeah.
And I'm obsessed with Ann Arbor. I love Michigan. We're gonna go to a Michigan-Purdue game Saturday night, but they also
So
live in
fun.
just like an amazing, cute neighborhood where like the houses go out. So, Max is excited for that, so we'll do
Yeah.
that.
What do you, if you were staying,
Kingston. So we go
you
to
don't have a
Kingston.
neighbor. Okay. I was like,
We don't, but
what's like
like,
a mile to the next house
yeah.
if you were walking around?
Every Halloween, except this one, we've gone to our friends in Kingston, which is like the next kind of, I don't know, town next door to us. They have like a cute little traditional like downtown neighborhoody area. So we go to like a Halloween party there and
Beautiful.
walk around. Yeah.
What more do you need?
Um, but yeah, so Team USA, Halloween. Okay, well, we can get to the what I saw on social, but before I get that, do you have anything hot you want to add? I'm dying
I
to
mean,
talk about Lily Allen. I'll just like throw it out there.
I
Are
know.
you
Well, not just Lily, the celebrity couple news from the past week has been overwhelming.
okay? Tell me more because I've kind of been under in my Team USA bubble besides
I think I
Lily.
sent you one of these, you sent me one of these. So, Katy Perry and Justin
Oh,
Trudeau.
oh,
What? Huh?
you know,
Cool?
okay. I've been thinking about this one. I don't know, they bizarrely kind of go. I don't know. She's kind of
I
a
don't
wacko. I don't, no, sorry, I shouldn't say that.
I
Not a
don't think I
wacko.
know either of them well enough to make an assessment. I just can say personally I did not see that coming. That is a very surprising pair to me.
Well, when she did the whole Blue Origin thing, she was very much talking about she brought her Daisy because that was like her tour, right? She brought that Daisy
Mhm.
into, and then she was with Orlando Bloom forever.
Mhm. Mhm.
I don't know. Okay. Yeah.
I have 3 of them. Sophie Turner and Chris Martin.
oh,
Yeah, that one was
okay.
just recently announced,
Okay.
which I guess he has a younger blonde type that he goes for because he
Well,
was
with
with Dakota
Dakota Johnson,
Johnson forever,
yeah.
but
You
after
know,
Gwyneth,
I don't know.
and now
Sophie, I mean,
Sophie
they're both
Turner,
Brits. Or is she British or is she,
British.
she's British.
Yeah.
They both actually sound
Divorced
like they
from
would,
Joe Jonas. I
God,
guess
they
she likes
both,
musicians.
okay.
And then
Okay.
the third one, which is the least surprising to me, and I'm like, I love this, this works, is Zoe Kravitz and Harry Styles.
I like that.
Mhm.
I do like
Mhm.
it.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
She's so cool. I think she's so gorgeous. I think he's so cool.
Yeah.
I think he's cool
Again, we don't know
too.
any of these people, but our
No,
assessment of them as people who don't know them is we wish them happiness, and they seem like a great
obviously.
match, obviously.
I just oh, okay, the Chris Martin thing, fine. I have thoughts on Dakota Johnson. I actually do find her she's beautiful, but she's a very specific taste. And I watched on a plane the movie with her and Pedro Pascal where she's like the matchmaker.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you've seen that. And that was like
I
Chris
didn't watch it.
Evans.
I didn't
I don't
watch
know.
it.
I'm just like she's a very specific type. Beautiful but specific. I don't know. I guess I always wonder like how do politicians look at Justin Trudeau? I feel like he's so beloved. I mean, it's been a weird time for Canadian politics right now, but I don't know. I don't know how that goes down. It also made me think of The Diplomat, which I'm watching on Netflix. I
I need
love
to watch it.
Keri Russell
I
and
love her.
her husband, Hal. I forget his name, but big PSA.
The
Diplomat.
Americans, they were in together. That was a great one, the show they did
Oh, I'm
together.
sorry. It's not her real life husband. I like her
Oh,
husband in the
you like
show
her
The
husband
Diplomat.
character.
Her
Okay.
husband character, correct.
Okay.
I can't think of his name, but I like him and their dynamic. But
Okay,
yeah.
well,
Okay.
your celebrity couple news, Lily Allen.
I
You
just
were you were fascinated by this.
anytime you're able to go deep and TikTok just continues to unravel every layer and take the lore, find the storylines, uncover the truth, figure out that
The
um
depths that some people are able to go to get information and to find scoop is scary and
okay.
impressive.
So for anyone listening who doesn't know what we're talking about, Lily Allen, right? Lily Allen, British singer, really, really popular at the height of her career, maybe like 10 years ago-ish. She's kind of took in a little bit of a pivot. She is on plays in the West End right now. She's married to David Harbour. David Harbour is I know him from being the cop in Stranger Things most recently.
I feel like that's
Um,
what most people
I
know
think,
him
is he
from.
American or British? I don't even know. Um,
So
there's a
I
lot
think
of
he's American.
lore surrounding them because they've had these really awkward Arc Digest, home tours. Anyways, basically, she finds out that they're in an open marriage and it turns out like he's this sex addict. And this entire album called West End Girl is a verbatim song by song description of her discovering this, the conversations, these Instagram DMs, and basically going down this and breaking down this entire unraveling of a marriage. And I'm so here for it, not because I want to be there for the pain, but it is just so
An artistic
wonderful.
expression. I love that for
But
her.
like the music kind of hits. Like there's this one
I
song
actually haven't
called
listened yet.
So this one song called Pussy Palace, and basically she's like, I didn't know that was your pussy palace. I thought it was a dojo because he's really into like karate and whatever martial arts. And she's like, I found a Dwayne Reed bag, handles tied up, lube, butt plugs, hundreds of Trojans. You're so deranged. Like verbatim, it's like this insane breakdown of what happens to her
So
open
the
marriage.
very X-rated version of a Taylor Swift album that's like subtle hints about your redwood and your new
And
height.
oh yeah, the father figure, my dick spitter. No, she
Yeah,
really goes for the jugular. So
she just straight there.
I
Yeah,
just listened to
just
the
snaps.
album. That's some background, but that's been my whole what have you seen on social? Lily Allen, beautiful, fun, and she's making this awesome comeback. But I can stop talking about this, but I have so many more thoughts. Like she describes being in this open marriage and accepting this open marriage because he says he has needs and okay. And then all she does is she wants him back so bad, even after all of these things, because she's so I don't
So
she's
it
the
was a mutual decision to be in an open marriage
she was a
from
reluctantly
your
mutual.
understanding. From your
Reluctantly
understanding.
mutual.
Okay,
And
whatever
basically,
to make
she's
my
the
man happy, kind
Madonna.
of thing.
Yes. And he won't see her in that way. So he has his needs and he needs to go. And this can be an entire podcast about this album because I'm just like digging into it. She talks about how their terms were supposed to be that it was only supposed to be financial, meaning like you pay for sex, you pay for this, and it's with
Sure.
strangers. And it turns out he's
Yeah,
having all these relationships and buying goods and so we
man.
we can shift, but Lily Allen, West End girl, dive into the lore,
I hope that was
read up.
cathartic for her. I hope she it was somehow therapeutic getting it all out there. And I feel like, man, I've always thought about that. Like if you are in a relationship with a an artist in that capacity, that's a risk you're taking. Like there's a chance there could be an album coming out or a movie about you or whatever it is. Like that's a risk you're taking when you get into that relationship.
Yeah, there's that. And then I just also started thinking about just like again how everyone has different relationships and you know, and one day I'm like, well, and one side of me is like, well, girl, like you were you weren't okay with it, but like you agreed to it and you still kind of were like, sure, go do this. I don't know. I'm a girl's girl. I support her, but I'm just also trying to kind of be an armchair
Understand the
expert and kind of break
rationale.
out,
Yeah.
how everything happens. So that's
Yeah.
my,
Um, so some interesting things I saw on social. first of all, we talked about this, but I didn't have ask you my follow-up question offline. The Skims Ultimate Bush sold out. Were you able to get yours before they sold out?
I got mine. Absolutely.
Fantastic.
I got mine.
Fantastic.
Red and curly.
The I just like the response to that launch and all of it was just so entertaining for me for a couple of days that it just took over every news outlet, everything on my social feeds. It was everywhere. And then for it in turn to then sell out because the press wasn't good. The press was like, why are we creating a fake version of things that women create naturally?
But so yes, of course, there's that. But people are probably buy number one because of just the, you know, not the joke of
It,
it, but it's just because it's ridiculous. But then also, I bet there's girls who are like literally like wearing it though. So I bet they're just totally bare, right? For however they get bare, totally
mhm.
bare, and then they put on the underwear, full bush, and then they probably like wear something like sheer over it. Like I don't know. Like
You're
what's
thinking
the
it's more of like a
fashion?
fashion thing
Kind of like a
than
sexy fashion thing, like how you could see like nipples and
like an
stuff. Like
accessory.
kind of. That's the only way I
Yeah.
can. I don't know what else. Like, is it just you've been bare down there for so long that your husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, whomever doesn't remember,
Because
and
you're
so
not
you just
going
like
bush
wear
on
it?
bush. Like if you're not bare down there, it's not. Are you going to supplement your natural
Yeah,
situation with
it's like
a
step
bonus?
extension
You're going to add
extensions.
highlights or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just want to
Mm-hmm.
try on blonde for a minute.
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it.
I just yeah, I don't understand. So I did not purchase one. I know you did not purchase one. There are a lot of people who did purchase them, and I am curious to see if they were put to use in a public way because it was such a public launch and a public product. I don't want to see like do what you want with them, but I'm
Yeah.
curious if you, especially now that you bring that up, that makes sense. Like maybe it is going to be like a fashion item, or it's something worn on the outside of a pair of leggings or something. As who knows? Like clearly, we're not the people to do that. I don't have the
No.
fashion sense to figure out how to wear that and make it fashionable.
Someone
Like
please DM us or
I don't know what that.
chat with sip happens at Gmail.
I
Shoot
don't
us a note.
and I think it was strategically launched in fall months, not going into summer months. I think that was very intentional. Who knows? I could not even try to get into the mind of a Kardashian. I don't know what that is like, but who knows? Another interesting thing I saw on social is that people are concerned about autism in dogs, and they're holding off on getting vaccines for their pets because of the concern for Pautism.
Stop the madness.
And I mostly just liked the word Pautism, which is why I keep saying it because it was so charming. But
You know. Well,
get your
I
shots, get your pet shots, get your kid shots. Just protect everyone, please.
but I did see that another stat. This is a very Stefany or Spencer stat, and I should have written it down. But pet owners who have dogs like live 10 years longer than anyone who doesn't have dogs. Just like the mental health benefits of specifically dogs, just because they're just amazing companions. They get you outside, they get you mobile, they get you social, they
Yeah,
get you
you have to
doing
walk
things.
them. You have to get
Like,
up and out.
yeah.
My
But
cats just sit here and like yell at
I
me all
saw.
day.
I know.
It's just
Just
the
doing that.
worst. I had to lock one cat, Teddy, in a room when I put lunch out because he's being a hog and Duke isn't getting any food. So I'm now having to lock him away because he's just a big bully so that Duke can eat. But I'm also like, Duke, stand up for yourself. Like Teddy's scared of you.
Advocate for yourself.
Just like speak up, use your voice.
Crazy.
The drama with our cats.
I know. So the other thing that's been brewing for me on the socials, which is more of a commentary on the current state of like the world that we're in. So yes, like the AI piece, because I want to get your opinion on this. But like, okay, but just it's AI, right? So let's start there. And just I have 5 people in my personal life, husbands, friends of friends, friends who all lost their job in the past week. Um, Amazon, Target, Paramount, I think where else? Another big agency, and it's all because of just this times that we're in with everything shifting
Yeah,
with literally AI and figuring out what that middle layers is, and I don't know, and I hate that feeling because I don't like that feeling of kind of being in that, like, scarcity mindset and, like, what's gonna happen in the future, and then I spiral and I think about our kids, and, like, I was talking about this a lot with our friends Jane and Brent over the weekend, who we saw Stevie Nicks with, about, like, okay, well, by the time our kids are, let's say 20s, 30s, will it be better? Will we be kind of over this hump? Is it still gonna get worse? And, um, I don't know. It's just, like, that's also been, like, on my mind. It's, like, literally this white collar corporate,
yeah,
you know, um, job shedding in the wake of AI, and, like, how we can future proof ourselves. Well, fortunately for us, like, we're gonna be in a great position because SIP Happens will probably be bought by Netflix as part of that
absolutely.
huge
Mhm,
deal.
mhm. Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
so we'll be okay because then, like, an
Yeah,
Aaron Foster will probably
yeah.
use this.
Generational wealth is coming.
Well, yeah, because I mean, of all the different IP rights, and once we sell the
Mhm,
merch, we
mhm.
might even partner with Skims. Who knows? So,
Once
like,
we
we'll be
finalize
fine.
the
Yeah,
logo,
finalize
which
that logo.
we're working on still.
We'll figure that one out. Um, But I don't know. That's kind of like, I know it's like that's a turn from Skims and Bush and Lily Allen and butt plugs
Uh-huh, 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 to the
to
heaviness
a
of the future of our
kinda.
children.
I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
That's
yeah.
been like this weird, but that's literally been like the week is like so many high highs with everything that's
Yeah.
happening in culture and socially,
Well,
and
and
then
that's
this.
people who have a job and are in the corporate world and are experiencing that. And then on the other end of the scale, you have people who are losing SNAP benefits starting November 1st.
Yeah.
And I keep seeing all over social suggestions of things to put out for trick-or-treaters who may not have food, ways to stock with string cheese and bags full of beans with a printed chili recipe and all these things. And you're like, how is this the world that we live in
Oh
right
my
now?
god.
How is this?
That's actually really sad. I didn't see that. I mean,
I've seen
I
so
know
much
of
of
all of
that.
the government
Yeah,
shutdown
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
but I did see that, like, that's an actual food shortage suggestion, is to give kids,
Mhm.
s
Oh,
you
yeah, yeah,
know,
that's a very big trend right
sundries
now.
for Halloween. That's really sad.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, 'cause that's the reality. There's November 1st, the benefits run out for some people, so it's the state of the world is the realities and the lifestyles of people across all socioeconomic spectrums changing in significant ways, and, um, I think I don't know what that means for the future. I don't know what that means in terms of bouncing back, in terms of,
Yeah.
sheltering our kids from this and protecting them so that they don't know what this sort of hurt feels like.
But
Yeah,
I
I
guess
don't
even on
know.
the kids thing though, like, there was a really great article in a New York magazine. It's the one with Wendy Williams on the cover. It's like, what happened to Wendy Williams and all of her conservatorship? But anyways, it's all about raising kids in the era, like, in the not even in the era of AI, but, like, how to best prep kids for the future. And will, like, the path for kids has always been, for all of us, has been so linear. It's like, get a good education, go to a good college, network, get a good career, get married or partner up, have some kids, buy a house, you're golden. That is totally gone. And so now it's like, how do you, like, it's almost like the article's all about how empathy and communication skills and energy and relating to people is going to become almost even more important than understanding math. Now, that's an extreme, but you might not need to be able to add because you're going to have AI, but you are going to need
Mhm.
to understand how to relate to human beings because you have computers. And, like, that's a totally, you know, wild, kind of
Yeah.
example. But um, I don't know, it just got me so thinking. There's these schools all around the country now that actually have, AI as their teachers for students. I don't know how I agree with that, and maybe some, but it's just been so on my mind in terms of how you prepare kids for the future. I mean, we'll see.
I saw something, speaking of empathy, that empathy is now becoming so politicized. There was a man on a bus who refused to give up his seat for a pregnant woman and said it was her choice to get pregnant. So it wasn't his responsibility to give up a seat to her. And it became this big to do and big conversation about, like, well, sure, it was her choice to get pregnant, but still you can have empathy for other people and see that it's probably more difficult for her to be standing on this bus than sitting. Like, don't need to explain empathy to you, but apparently you do need to explain empathy to some people, and it is becoming
Yeah.
this politicized thing where people are angry about being forced to be empathetic and forced to think of other people, and that's never really been my mentality.
Yeah.
It's never been a
Yeah.
political thing. Like, just being kind to
No.
other humans and
I
thinking of
mean,
other
that's the
humans
one
isn't a political
thing.
thing.
No, it's not. It's just common decency, and I think that is the one thing why we are still like, we're happy for right now with where Max is in school. He goes to school upstate, small, private, progressive school. And at the end of the day, they're just raising good humans. They're raising good kids. They're raising people who are kind to one another.
Yeah,
He may not know the days of the week sometimes, but he knows how
great,
to say, I love you. Great. Um,
great.
but I don't know. But that's also been a top of conversation always is how long do we have, here in Accord? Where are we going after this? And it likely will be a shift and a move for school. We've always been, I mean, we've talked about this, but we've always hoped that my professional life would give us some direction and take us to an area either of the country or give us some. Are we going to be in Connecticut? Are we going to be back in New York? Are we going to go to Portland? Are we going to be
Germany,
wherever?
you never
Germany? Are we going to go
know.
to Berlin? And
Yeah,
while this Team USA thing is remote and which is great and gives me a lot of flexibility, now it's like, okay, the ownership is back on us to be like, okay, well, don't put it on, you guys need to be the masters of your own domain and
yeah,
figure out where you want to go and make that decision. And
yeah.
I still don't know where that is, but I have a feeling it's going to be next year, might be our last year up here. I don't know. I've been saying that for like 2 years now. So
We're
we'll
very
see.
much the same mentality, same timeline of where, and we've always said this. We bought our second house first, so it sounds like such a first world problem. But we just joke because we don't have multiple houses. We have the one house, but we bought a house on a lake. That's obviously not our forever home. That's never been our forever home. But I don't know what that means. I don't know what the next step is. I know we don't love the schools in this area, and we've always known that. And right now, it's fine. They're just teaching them, colors and numbers and socialization and those kind of things, and that's wonderful. But what does that mean next? And I think right now we're also in a weird position where Emerson's getting old enough that she has friends, actual friends that she'll remember if we decide to move to Berlin. And we're not moving to Berlin, but there are relationships that exist here now that the longer we stay here, they're going to continue, new
Yeah.
friendships, new relationships
Yeah.
that you're like, you have to start factoring that in, when they're small enough, you don't have to even think about that. But that's something you have to think about as well. I mean, Max and Georgia are besties. Like that, he'll know if
Mm-hmm.
Georgia's gone,
Mm-hmm.
if you guys move
Mm-hmm.
somewhere else. So,
Mm-hmm.
and you're factoring in a retrieval next month, like
So
making
it's like
more Miller
it
Murskies.
it still is something that is on the table. And I have about 50 open tabs on my Chrome browser right now.
Naturally.
And one of them is still this ongoing paperwork and like data entry, all these forms that I'm like just dragging my feet on filling out, mostly because it's such a pain in the ass because RMA, the fertility clinic that I go to, which is fine, it's just a big beast. They like switch systems, whatever. I have to like fill out all this paperwork. And I'm just like, clearly, if this was a priority and I really wanted to get this done like ASAP, that like filling out that paperwork would be like no problem. Like if you want to get something done, if I want to get something done, like I will get it done if I need to get it. So
Yeah.
I think it's kind of interesting how I've kind of just let that
Watching yourself
link
drag your feet a little
kind
bit.
of like linger out there.
Well, that paperwork also lined up with starting this new role with Team USA, which is
Yes, like
taking more of your
what
time than
yes,
you had before.
it is. But yeah, it's still something that's out there.
Okay.
It's still something out there. I think that I will move forward and still do one because, like, why not? I have nothing to lose. Like, the whole process with IVF is I got to see if I have any,
You have
successful,
to
healthy
retrieve something
embryos.
first.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the
Yeah.
first step. And I think, honestly, I'm just going to kind of go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are getting so close to the finish line with this pregnancy right now that I just literally, like an hour before we jumped on this, got a text from the hospital system saying, hey, just so you can prepare financially, here is an estimate of what your upcoming medical visit will cost. And it's the labor and delivery estimate. And I will never understand
What
our
is it?
healthcare system. Never understand. $27,000. 27,000. Now, that's not what we will
For
pay.
some
That is the
reason,
total
yeah, yeah,
cost.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Obviously, it will be billed to insurance. Whatever we pay is going to be a much smaller number than that. But 20, and hats off to doctors and nurses and everyone involved in that, and the anesthesiologist and everyone who deserves all
Yes.
of that money. But the fact that they send me, a 41-year-old woman, heads up, this $27,000 procedure is coming your way, and I'm supposed to prepare financially over the next 2 months to spend $27,000.
It's for nothing surprises me anymore though. Like you said that number and I was like, "Oh yeah, that sounds about right," which is sick. Like how does that sound about right? I don't
A
know.
down payment on a house or a baby, you pick.
I mean, it's like a is that down payment on a house? What house are you buying?
A small house, a small house.
The reason I just say it 'cause our Bruce and Kevin, who are never
Yeah.
gonna listen to this, they don't care. They just bought a house in Portland,
That was
and they
not
had to
their
put
down
and
payment?
they that was not their down payment. That was definitely not their down payment. So, um, anyways, yeah, but
Yeah, it's wild.
hospital, I
It's
know.
wild to me, and you understand medical debt and how, people just go down that rabbit hole, and just especially people who are sick, have cancer or something, and you just have to you either have to choose to die or rack up medical debt, and, uh, yeah, it's shocking, it is jarring, and you're like, "I pay however much, $1,000 a month for health insurance." And again, that $27,000 is not going to be what I pay, but I don't, it still blows my mind that I pay however much a month in health insurance, and then even when I go to the doctor, I still pay more there as well. Like, why? I already paid for health
Yeah,
insurance. Why am I
no.
also paying more again? Like, what is the health insurance doing? Just like giving me a discount on the services that you're providing?
No, I mean, I don't know. Craig's going through that. Like, what this is such a boring conversation talking about like the medical world. 'Cause like we're trying to find new doctors and we can't find new doctors. Our doctors won't give us referral for specialists, and like it's just such an effed system. Like, and we started looking at like One Medical, which is Amazon's One Medical for like on-demand doctors, which I thought it was
Yeah,
like you pay a fee and you get access to all of these
like a
amazing
doctor membership.
specialists. But it's only, I mean, it's only like 199 a month, 199 a year, and you get access to like on demand, telehealth, but also a primary. So he actually might do that because for him,
Okay.
he has separate stuff going on, but like,
Yeah,
I don't know. But the fact that you have to, again, it's a for profit industry and a
it
world,
is.
and, you know, try to find access.
We are commodities. We are commodities. On a less depressing medical topic, there is a small study of, I want to get the number of people, 1,000 patients who had cancer, and during all the COVID vaccines, remember when you had like choices between which vaccine, they were trying to get them all out, and you could choose which one you got, or you just got whatever was available at the time. Cancer patients of this 1,000-person pool who got the Moderna vaccine nearly doubled the median survival length of this pool. So it
Great,
prolongs the life of cancer
great.
patients. So they're
I
now
got
diving into the Moderna vaccine to figure out what it was specifically in that vaccine that is fighting these
Is
cancers.
that what did you get? Moderna? Was it
I
Moderna or
honestly don't
Pfizer?
even remember.
It was
I don't
Moderna
remember
or
what we got.
Pfizer. I
Moderna,
remember
Pfizer, and then there was a third one somewhere. And there were
we
different ones in
had,
different countries.
yeah, no, we all had Moderna. So looks like I'm good. So do we get COVID boosters this season or just flu?
I don't think everyone does. I did because my shots are then also going to the baby. So essentially my baby got his COVID vaccine so that when he comes out in the
Mm-hmm.
middle of COVID season, he's protected.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's just for like over 65. Like, I know our pediatrician didn't recommend it for the kids. They
Yeah.
recommended just the flu
For,
vaccine. I just got my RSV vaccine this morning. So all the shots into the babe.
I'll
He's
get it
ready.
next. So I think we'll get ours early next week because we have guests coming to our house next weekend, I believe.
It's
And
us.
that
It's
guest might
us.
be you.
It's
So
us.
so Riverside, which we record this in, now has the feature where we can record really well and seamlessly together. So if we even want to record while we're together,
Oh,
it could be a whole new world depending on your schedule.
wow.
So, yeah.
I
But you guys
mean,
will probably come up on Saturday.
No, probably come on Friday. Both
Well, if you
kids
come
don't have school.
okay, we'll come on Friday because we can record with Erica on Friday afternoon. If that's too early, we can talk about it offline. I don't
Yeah,
know if the people
yeah.
here care about our schedules, but sometimes we like to know the logistics of just moms and life, and that's what we're planning.
These are the logistics. This is how it
Yes.
happens. We don't know our schedules. We figure it out on a weekly basis. We make it
Mhm.
happen, and
Mhm.
sometimes we're a few days late, but we make it happen on a weekly basis, which still think is very impressive. This is our quarter life crisis right now. That's why we're actively, talking through this on the episode because this is episode 25, which go team.
Go team, man. I love it. And we're gonna be starting so something else that we can just maybe, I mean, this is a conversation I'd have with you offline or online, but we need to strategize and talk about season 2 and what that looks like and
Yes.
what that cadence
Yes.
is.
Mhm,
I'm
mhm,
thinking that it's
mhm.
after the baby, like a January timing. We'll go on a little bit of a hiatus. You'll give birth. We'll figure that out.
I don't
I
think
don't
I'm
know.
gonna want to. I'm telling you now, I think I'm gonna wanna power through baby on the boob while we record, like, just
Okay.
gurgles and burps happening. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna be feasible. It also you just don't know until you meet the kid, which is another thing we talked about. I had that, growth scan this week, and they did a 3D thing of the baby. I feel like I cheated.
Mhm.
Like, you're not supposed to see the kid. It's still in me. I'm not supposed to see what it looks like until it comes out of me. I can't I'm not supposed to meet him. It's like going on a blind date, but I cheated and, like, peeked through the restaurant door before I walked in to meet the guy. Like, what? No, it feels so strange to me, especially because I think it's
Yeah.
because the previous 3D imaging we've had has been so, like, alien and gross. This was it was a baby. Like, it looked like a little baby, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is weird." Like, I'm not supposed to know what this looks like. This is so bizarre. I didn't like it.
That was a baby. That
It was a
was
baby.
here is their baby's face. So it
Yeah.
is crazy. It's crazy.
It's so weird. It's so, so weird. But now I got a preview. Great news, my kid's cute. So,
Her arms like
yeah, a little mangly, but, like, he'll little bit of a T-Rex situation, but he'll figure that out. It's
He'll
fine. It's
figure it out.
cramped in there. It's
It's
cramped
all
in
good.
there. I don't
Yeah,
blame him.
good.
All right, well, we might be coming to you live and in person next week. We don't
Mhm.
know. We'll see what that looks like, but or not next week.
Mhm. Yeah.
And no, that would be episode 27.
Episode 27.
Yeah,
Yes. So
yeah.
26 we have, then 27, correct.
Mhm, mhm.
God,
That's
it's
how numbers
27
work.
20 I mean, 27 pretty good. Okay.
I we're doing it.
I know, I
We're
love it.
doing it. We're
I
doing a
love
great
it.
job. Thank you to everyone who was patient with us as we got this one out. We appreciate it. We will get it to you as soon as possible so you can listen,
And the
and we will
best
see
thing
you.
and we have merch coming soon. Seriously.
We do. We have
Serious
made
merch.
actual progress on the logo, and I feel like once we get that ball rolling, we just need to flick it a little bit and get it rolling
Mhm.
again, and
Just a little flick.
it's
Just
happening.
a little flick.
Little nudge, little
A
nudgy
little
nudge.
nudge.
All
Okay.
right, cheers.
Cheers.